The first chapter of Genesis presents a fascinating narrative of creation, depicting God's methodical establishment of a primordial habitat over 6 days. During this period, the most sophisticated creature of its ecosystem, which yet did not have human soul, was called Ha-Adam, was given dominion over all other creatures. This initial creation established a complex ecosystem with hierarchical relationships between different life forms, with Ha-Adam positioned at the apex of this carefully structured world. The text suggests this first creation was intricate and purposeful, with each element carefully placed within the greater design of the habitat. However, this initial creation story takes an unexpected turn when, on the seventh day, the habitat's atmosphere faces destruction, leading to the extinction of life as it existed. This cataclysmic event fundamentally altered the original creation, effectively ending the first phase of God's creative work. The only survivors of this devastating transformation were viruses, which managed to traverse the cosmos, carrying within them the genetic memory of the first creation. This remarkable detail suggests a connection between the first and second creation accounts, with viruses serving as a biological bridge between these two distinct periods. The narrative then shifts to Genesis 2:6, where we encounter a different creation account. This version describes a remarkable scene where a well or spring bubbles up from the earth, creating steam or mist. This detail is particularly significant as it establishes the environmental conditions necessary for the second creation. The presence of water and its interaction with the earth creates a fertile environment for new life to emerge. It's in this environment that God shapes human from the mud, suggesting a more intimate and hands-on creation process. This detail becomes particularly significant when we consider the role of the surviving viruses from the first creation, which apparently found their way into this new habitat through the mud, establishing a fresh ecosystem. The integration of the surviving viruses into the mud from which the second creation emerged suggests a fascinating continuity between the two creation accounts. These microscopic survivors of the first creation potentially influence the development of life in the second creation, introducing genetic material and biological complexity from the previous world. This interpretation offers a unique perspective on the relationship between successive creations and the persistence of life even through catastrophic changes. The story continues with the tragic tale of Cain and Abel, which serves as more than just a cautionary tale about brotherly conflict. When Cain fatally wounds Abel, it creates a profound shift in the natural order. The text suggests that an oppressor habitat then overtakes Abel's former domain. This ecological succession represents more than just a change in physical environment. It symbolizes a fundamental shift in the balance of creation, with destructive forces temporarily gaining dominance over the more harmonious system that existed under Abel's stewardship. This situation persists until the birth of Seth, who emerges as a crucial figure capable of maintaining and protecting Abel's original habitat by actively opposing and eliminating the oppressor elements. Seth's role is not merely to replace his fallen brother, but to actively restore and maintain the proper balance within creation. His actions suggest a form of directed natural selection, where conscious choice and moral behavior influence the development of the natural world. The text's emphasis on habitats and their succession reveals a sophisticated understanding of ecological relationships. The struggle between different types of habitats, those of Abel, the oppressors, and later Seth, suggests that environmental conditions are intimately connected with moral and spiritual states. This understanding predates modern ecological science while offering insights that remain relevant to contemporary environmental discussions. The concept of natural selection presented in this interpretation differs significantly from modern evolutionary theory. Rather than random mutations and survival of the fittest, the text suggests a process of directed improvement, with conscious moral choices playing a crucial role in determining which traits and conditions persist. This process works toward the ultimate goal of perfecting creation through Seth's bloodline, culminating in a union with God's holy divine presence. The interconnected elements of this narrative, the initial creation, its destruction, the survival and spread of viruses, the second creation from mud, and the subsequent human drama, all point to a sophisticated understanding of ecological and spiritual development. The text suggests that life's progression isn't simply about survival, but about the refinement of creation through successive generations, with Seth's lineage playing a pivotal role in this divine plan. There is a unique perspective on the relationship between divine creation and natural processes. Rather than presenting them as opposing forces, it suggests they work in concert toward a greater purpose. The survival of viruses through cosmic space serves as a fascinating bridge between the first and second creation accounts, while the conflict between Cain and Abel, followed by Seth's emergence, illustrates how natural selection can serve spiritual evolution. The concept of habitat plays a central role throughout this interpretation. From the initial creation to its destruction, from the new beginning with the well of water to the struggle between different types of habitats. After Abel's death, we see how environmental conditions and human actions intertwine to shape the course of life's development. This ecological awareness in the ancient text provides a surprisingly modern framework for understanding the relationship between life forms and their environments. Torah's emphasis on Seth's bloodline as the vehicle for achieving creation's ultimate goal suggests a purposeful direction to evolution, one that combines biological development with spiritual advancement. This interpretation offers a unique synthesis of religious and natural processes, suggesting that the path to perfection involves both physical and spiritual evolution. The ultimate goal of creation, according to Torah, is the achievement of a perfect union between the divine and the human through the gradual refinement of Seth's lineage,